Hey folks, welcome back to Game Garbage, where we take a look at games, chat about the gaming news in the industry, and of course, stream for fun. So, what really is the difference between AA and AAA games? I've had multiple people say this year, and I even had one of my viewers, comment on this. So I just kind of want to work on breaking this down, and this is not necessarily static, okay? Because of inflation, etc., things do change and shift some over time. But generally speaking, you've heard of like a AAA game or maybe even a AA or like an indie developer, right? Well, that all is correlated usually with how much money it takes to make those games that they're making. And they're basically divided by magnitude, like orders of magnitude. So indie games are generally like kind of a few $1 million or less. We also have a new term now where some of the indie games are getting pretty fancy for what's actually being put out. So we're calling those triple indie or triple I. And those are roughly maybe around $10 million, $15 million. That's kind of my guess. Next, we have double A, which is normally somewhere between $10 million to $100 million. Usually, like Expedition 33, I think that's 40 million or 50 million. Black Myth Wukong was again another like $45 million game. And there's, usually tens of millions is what those types of games cost. Also, Night Rain would be another example. That's like several tens of millions to actually make that game. Next, we have AAA games. And this is stuff that's greater than $100 million. So this would be like Night Rain or Elden Ring at $135 million. That was technically a AAA game. Cyberpunk was about $600 million once they were done, rebuilding it and fixing it and the refunds and all of that stuff. It's a pretty expensive game. Also, Suicide Squad. We don't know exactly how big that was, but they know that Warner Brothers lost $200 million on the project. So now I believe we also have quadruple A. And this is the next order of magnitude is $1 billion, which sounds crazy, but I think that's actually where GTA 6 is. It's been in development, heavy development, for quite a few years, and also its development process has been over a decade. So a lot of estimates are upwards all the way to $1.5 to $2 billion. But again, we don't really know what the budget is of this game or exactly how many developers are working on this. But a lot of estimates are putting it right around $1 billion, which is freaking wild. That's crazy. So over time, these ranges, of course, they're going to change and fluctuate because of inflation and rising costs for these studios. And it'll take some time to shift kind of those magnitudes, but this is generally kind of what stuff is. Let me go over it again. Indie is under 10 million. Double A is in the tens of millions. Triple A is in the hundreds of millions. And quadruple A would be $1 billion plus. So hopefully that's clear as mud as for y'all. But yeah, thank you, viewer, for actually commenting. And I'm not going to say the name just in case they'd like to be, anonymous. But yeah, ultimately you inspired this video. So yeah, if you're watching, thank you. And hopefully this helped you out a little bit. So with that, folks, thanks for tuning in. You can always follow me at GamingGarbage22 over at YouTube. There's a lot of stuff we do for the channel. There's gaming news, there's reviews, there's talks about the gaming industry, and then there's little informative things like this. We have playlists over there. Go ahead and check it out. There's also Twitch at Don't Tread on Thee. You can follow me there. And yeah, when I'm playing a video game, I'll definitely talk with you in the chat. So with that, folks, hopefully you guys are doing well. I'll see you guys on the next one.